Welcome to the month-long podcast.
The month-long.
The month-long podcast. Where we are going to be talking about the Crucible and how it could change all of humanity. We have with us our two guests, Evan Peitsky and Devin Courtney. We are missing one of our guests. He isn't feeling too well, but he will be here later in the podcast to answer some questions.
Allegedly, he'll be here.
Allegedly, he will be here. No, he will be here.
Yeah.
We'll find him.
Allegedly.
And what lessons do you think we could learn from watching or reading The Crucible?
Well, Vinny, I think some great lessons that you can learn from The Crucible.
Let's hear it, Evan. Let's hear it.
Is the corruption that goes on. Not just in like 300, 200 days ago, just nowadays. Like Abigail Williams, the most crazy, like psychotic person.
She's crazy.
That's a crazy hoe right there. And the judges believed him. And like the assumptions or like the people that she accused were crazy. They were like innocent people and they died because of they didn't confess on something that they didn't do, which is like total like craziness, because like why would you need to confess on like something you didn't need to do, and then the punishment is death.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy.
And I think back to what you were saying about how it is crazy that they believed her. I think we can really, if something we can learn. Another thing is that that happens modern society. It happens in court cases and stuff. It does. We've had a lot of corrupted cases, a lot of just a lot of different versions of cases that could have had a different verdict, but instead rather it was the person, who they were, reputation, whatever it was, that they didn't get the correct sentence, or they didn't get a sentence at all because of who they were. And so I feel like that has something to do with like Abigail Williams. She was really a mastermind. Like, she really played her cards really good. And so I think we can really look at that and be like, oh, that happened this many years ago, but it happens today.
And it does happen today.
It happens like all the time. But like it's just the numbers. Like, if a group of like 6 girls or 6 guys say something happened, it's going to be pretty tough to like prove them wrong. And that's basically what happened in the Crucible. We had like 10, 12 girls accusing all these people. And I mean, like, like back then, like, what are the judges going to do? Like, pull up the security cameras? Like nowadays we have that luxury of having like technology and all that stuff. But it's still like someone's word is bond, basically.
Well, is it because of like how white and pure their name is in the village, you think?
Well, I feel like in John Proctor's case, it would definitely be like he didn't accuse anyone. He didn't confess, and I mean that led to his death. But he died the man that he thought he was. Exactly.
Yeah.
But like now, like people kind of just throw around their name like it's rubbish and trash, unlike how it was back in the day.
That is true. Yeah.
And they die.
And they die for it. It's sickening. It's sad, but I feel like we could learn a lot from the Crucible and about how
it so happens like nowadays, and like
just be aware. Just be aware of what's happening in society. That was a perfect way to answer that first question.
And like, are we done?
Yes. Sponsor.
Sponsor.
Hello, everybody. I'm John Proctor IV, great-grandson of the first John Proctor. And this is Proctor Farms, Proctor Produce, if you want to call it that. And where our produce is the cleanest, like the Proctor name. Here, we make great foods, great eats, vegetables, fruits, all of it, everything under the sun. And it's all for a good price. Because as a man, I know you want to provide for your family, but you don't want to spend a fortune. Now, here, like I said, we have everything that you would ever need for our farms straight to you. Now, the podcast brothers, aka the Month Long Podcast, they wanted me to answer the question: how is our stuff not corrupt like the government? Well, if I need to answer that, then I would just say we have our food straight from the ground, straight from the trees, and straight from the pig. That's all you need to know. And it's just as clean as the Procter egg.
Yeah, a bunch of courts are corrupt, and it's sad to see, but that's the life we live in. What about the idea of goodness? Like how people do stuff because of consequences and what their life or whatever is telling them is going to happen down the road.
I feel like if you talk about consequences, and I think that plays a major role in how people act in society. Because if we didn't have any consequences and we didn't have laws and stuff, obviously a lot of people would be very different. Because there's people that act out, when there are laws. So imagine how many people that want to act out, they just can't because they know the consequences behind their actions.
Well, yeah, but like to the question, how do people face goodness? It's like if
you forgot what you were gonna say.
yeah,
Damn, that's all right. But I'll let you retrain your thought. But yeah, like I was saying.
Okay, so
so you're gonna interrupt me again? That's what you're gonna do?
and the goodness.
So you're gonna interrupt me?
Yeah, Devin, I'm gonna stick you, and then we're gonna go World Star. Rest in peace, Lamigo.
All right, finish your question.
All right. So like the goodness and the reputation. All right, he left.
I guess keep answering the question.
Keep answering. Okay, so
Bathroom break.
bathroom break. Devin just went to go take a bathroom break.
Yep.
So the goodness inside of you is how you feel judged upon other people, like religious or not, like how you feel. Welcome back, Devin. It's good to have you back. Like that. In this case, God, like the higher
power.
the higher power is like if they want to be good, so they know that they're going
To heaven.
to heaven with like, and if they're like doing sin after sin after sin and like against, then they know that it's not.
Hey, so like what I was saying, I think it's just has something to do with like I said, consequences. People are gonna act different with depending on other stuff. It also has to do a lot with religion and stuff. I don't know if he was talking about that because I was out of the room, but yeah, I think my point was better than what he was saying, and we should go off of that. And so, Vinny, that answers your question.
Okay, so let's go off at Devin's point. So consequences. Well, yeah. So.
Yeah, it's what I was saying.
So, consequences. Like, obviously, people aren't gonna go kill people because.
I think you're wasting our time because I already said that.
Okay, I think that's a good point.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, we're all friends here. No reason to argue over consequences and goodness. Thank you for tuning in.
We pledged. Sorry to interrupt you. We pledged that we were gonna be best friends at like the second day of school, and now look how far we come. Sorry, continue.
As I was saying, thank you for tuning in to the month-long podcast. The month-long podcast. We thank you for listening to us struggle to get this information out, but it was out.
Yeah, I know. It was a struggle.
It was definitely a struggle,
especially with some people here.
Like working with
It doesn't matter.
Huh?
Working
with
thank
who?
you.
Working with who?
Thank you for watching the month-long podcast. Let's hope you found all this information safe.
Working with who?
See you later.